Hey guys, Don Martino here with a special message from Logitech. Do you guys like to create content? Well, these guys got what you need. We at Anorax believe in the brand of Logitech because they have helped us get started and they have helped us get out of a lot of different binds that we have been in. We're here to offer you some of the best deals Logitech has to offer, so please go down and click the links in the description below and that will be enough to get you started. Rocketman is directed by Dexter Fletcher and tells the story of Elton John. It's a biopic, essentially. And he also directed Eddie the Eagle, which I'm a massive fan of. And the way that he approaches Rocketman is very similar to the way he approaches Eddie the Eagle. It's very unconventional. I'll tell you right now that this is not your traditional biopic. If you go in expecting that, you're not going to find the enjoyment in this film that I did. This film is no doubt very layered, and for me, it made me think of the film a lot more after seeing it, which I think that that's what makes the film stick with me, and I'm glad I put the soundtrack on the way home. It gave me time to think. I wasn't sure how I felt about the film coming out of it, if I'm being completely honest, but now that I've had time to think about it, I could definitely tell you that I loved this film. Taron Egerton is a star. He does fantastic in this movie. He sang all the songs on his own. You could definitely separate it from Elton John, but on the same hand, he comes pretty close. And he also does this to serve the film, if that makes sense. This movie is not a traditional musical biopic. You have a lot of different people singing the songs, and with Taron Egerton singing, it doesn't need to be exactly like Elton John because that's just not what this film is. He puts his own spin on all of the songs, and I think that that works very well because of the structure of the film. This film very much takes the art house approach, which once again Dexter Fletcher did with Eddie the Eagle. So if you have seen this movie, you kind of know what you're getting. With Rocketman, it's just on a whole nother level, I think. This film is also done under Matthew Vaughn's company, Marv, which all of his films have this certain type of flavor, I noticed. You kind of get the Matthew Vaughn flavor in every single film that is done under his company, almost like he's trying to look for a particular type of filmmaker, somebody who can pull off what he wants to be done. In other words, if you're a fan of Kick-Ass, Kingsman, and Eddie the Eagle, I definitely recommend you go see this film as well because it's going to give you the same kind of thing that Matthew Vaughn's movies have given you in the past, or that his company has given you in the past. Even though this is a Dexter Fletcher film, and believe me, it very much is, it's going to give you the Matthew Vaughn flavor. And my only gripe with the film is this one scene in the middle, it just didn't feel earned. It was like they were trying to do it, and it was a visually stunning thing to look at, but it was almost a bit much for the moment that it came into the film. The rest of it works very well. And again, it's a very layered film. There's a lot going on, so you're going to have to think about it a little bit after seeing it. But because of the approach to the film, I feel like we are able to learn so much about Elton John that we wouldn't be able to learn in a traditional biopic, and I felt 100 times more educated on Elton John coming out of this film. I've loved the guy's music for quite a while, and by the way, Elton John junkies are going to love this regardless of the style and how it looks and all that kind of stuff, because it includes so much of his music. It's very music heavy, and that could be a bit much for some people, but for me, I enjoyed that, and Elton John junkies are definitely going to enjoy that. There's a lot going on in this film. There's no denying that. It's something that you're going to have to wrap your head around, but I think that once you think about it, the approach makes a lot of sense. There is so much going on in Elton John's life that you need to cover, and this film finds a way to do that. And also, this film is about as eccentric as Elton John is. It's almost very fitting to do a film this way when you're doing one about Elton John. This film is also very colorful. I enjoyed the cinematography and all of the color grading. I think that that worked for the film extremely well, and I recommend it just based on that. If you just want to see something that is well helmed, then go see it. If you want to see a biopic about Elton John, go see it. If you want to see a really fun musical, go see it. If you want to see something that is comedic, quite a bit. Go see it. If you want to see a really good drama, go see it. This film can hit on so many different levels, and whether you think it's a perfect film or not, at least you'll get something out of it. But let's be honest, we all know the classics by Elton John, so if you're going to go see this film, you're probably going to enjoy the music as well. Whether or not you like the way that they approach it, you're going to enjoy the songs that are within the film. Only other con to this movie, and it's not a big one, is that I think that the first act is slightly better than the third act. The second act being the worst of the film. But that being said, the entire film does work. It's kind of this weird mixed bag type of deal, but on the same hand, it's such a good movie because it's a musical biopic that we haven't seen before, or at least the way that it's approached is something that we haven't seen before. I think that the middle act was the weakest to me because of how much it felt traditional in terms of it being a musical biopic, and when the first act was doing something very unique and the second act was doing something different, and then the third act was kind of the best of both worlds, it was kind of uneven, but it's not a massive gripe. It's just something that people might have a problem with. I think after thinking about the film, I can let it get away with all that. I'm good. I love this movie. I can't wait to watch it again. I can't wait to watch it with people and get a reaction from them, because there are a lot of things that people are going to react to in this film, and there's a lot of things that people probably don't know about Elton John that they're going to get from this film, and it's quite amazing, actually. And I think Dexter Fletcher really did a great job, and he clearly is passionate about Elton John. Guys, I think I've said all I had to say about Rocketman. I'm going to go ahead and give it an A. Guys, thank you for tuning in to this review of Rocketman. I hope you guys liked it. Please hit that subscribe button below to continue to support the channel. Leave some comments. Share this with your friends. I'm also going to be leaving my Twitter and Instagram in the description below, so be sure to follow me there. That's much appreciated. This has been a review of Rocketman, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.